So I think we've got a lot who have sort of joined us. So let's just start. So welcome to our webinar. So this is a 30 minutes webinar where we have Ferry here to basically join and also share with us press release 101, right? So I'm not sure how many of you have written your press release. Maybe you want to drop your experience, in a chat box, and we can sort of engage with you and get a better understanding. Have you done, press releases before? Have you submitted one to the media? How do you actually do it, right? So without further ado, a little bit background about us at Lead Ventures. So we are an early stage venture capital firm in Malaysia. We predominantly invest in the early stage startups. So usually we write the first check into startups from idea to MVP stages. You can check us out on our website at lead.ventures. And yeah, I'll hand in over the time to Kirana to basically introduce about, what does VRITIMES do, and also then Ferry can share with us his knowledge, and also giving us some tips on how to write press releases. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shannon, for a very warm. Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Kirana, and yeah, I will be your moderator for today. And here I'm not alone, because here we have a very competent speaker, and he will guide us through this webinar. Okay, yeah, let's just get started. Okay. So here is our speaker, Ferry Nirwono. He is a CEO of VRITIMES.com. So yeah, he will be guiding us through how to make a good press release, and also to explain a guide for a beginner to make a press release. So yeah, for Mas Ferry, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Kirana, and thank you very much, Shannon from Lead Ventures, for accommodating this this event. Yeah, I'm Ferry from VRITIMES.com. I'm the CEO and co-founder. VRITIMES is basically a media distribution platform. We will also media, and we also distribute to the media, our partner media also. So thank you very much for attending this webinar. And then let's get started. So today we are going to talk about how to create a press release for beginners. So yeah, this is going to be a very relaxed. I know that this time is very sleepy, maybe. So yeah. Okay, bear with me. Okay, so yeah, about press release. So what is the purpose of press release? So the simple to say is that we want to spread our message to our stakeholders. Stakeholders means that our customers, our suppliers, our maybe the media, or everyone that is involved in our company, about our news about our company's update. Okay, so next. But yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, but does our press release format is good, is easy to read for the customers, or easy for the stakeholders? So yeah, does it newsworthy? What is the content of the press release? How is the format, and is the heading catchy or something? Now that is what we want to discuss this afternoon. Okay, so next. Okay, so how do we craft a press release? So okay, so several topics can be explored here, from the data collection, the research keyword. We deliver the right message, and it should be SEO friendly, because most of our press release will be crawled by Google, right? So yeah, next. So yeah, this is some of the press release. This is some of the guidelines. So first is that when you make a press release, please make sure that it's used an attention grabbing headlines, because people always see first the headline. Okay, for example, like VRITIMES will open its 50th store in Petaling Jaya, let's say, something like that. And then the key fact in your first paragraph. So yeah, you must explain in your press release in maybe 1 or 2 sentences in the summary. This is called the summary. Okay, what is the point of the press release? And then you can expand the detail of the press release in the story, but keep it lean, and include some good quotes. And the most important thing is that you must include your photo, because people have 2 types of things. So first they read, and then they visualize. So in the visualization process, you must add pictures so they can imagine. what is actually happening in that story or in that press release. Okay, and the last thing is the most important thing: email your release to targeted context. So make sure you put your email on the release, because you want your stakeholders to commit to contact with you if they want to ask anything. Potential customers or maybe journalists that that wants to have further interview with you. So that is very important. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, the key point in making press release is that know your target audience. Who is your readers? Now that readers will also affect how are you going to write the press release, in what kind of style are you going to write the press release. And second is that it's easily understood. This also coincide with the simple and concise. So don't use any difficult terms. Keep it simple, keep it lean. Of course, provide the facts and numbers. People like to have the facts and numbers, and make sure it's something newsworthy, something that have news values, not something promotional, because this is press release is something news, not like you say like, hey, we are going to have discount 50% or buy one get one. That is advertising. It's different from press release, something that have news values, like for example, you have partnership with someone, or yeah, you maybe have your first receive some funding or something. That is something that have news values. And the last one is double check. So before your press release, please double check, because this is your message to the whole world. So to all the people about your company. So make sure you double check. You don't have any spelling mistake, or the message is clear, or yeah, etc. So yeah, please check one more time. Next. Okay, so after I explain to you, actually you can use ChatGPT to make it easier for you. But in order for you to create ChatGPT, you must know the fact that I explained to you just now. Okay, so you can use ChatGPT to create. For example, we will launch a product on August 2023. Yeah, the product is this. Please make a press release. ChatGPT can make those press release for you, and in a good format too. But without the knowledge, you cannot know whether this is correct or not, or maybe how do I edit or something. So the latest technology must be combined also with the knowledge of the knowledge of how to create a press release. So this kind of things must be balanced. So yeah, so this kind of technology will help you, of course. And then next. Oh yeah, and this is important, as I mentioned just now, eradicate spelling and grammatical mistakes. Because if you have grammatical mistakes, then your press release, people will read like it's not too professional. So your company value, it is at stake. If you have such kind of tiny mistakes, people will count it as unprofessional. Next. Yeah, so this is how you distribute a press release effectively. Follow and correct the press release formatting as I explained just now. You can include image, graphics, or video as I told you just now of the visualization. Send it at the right time. Yeah, preferably journalists or news desk. Sometimes they have editor. The editor usually close at 5 or 6. So before that, you must send your press release, and then choose the press release distribution service for your business. You must choose the correct one that will help you deliver your message with, with the good, with the good, with cost effective and good blast too, good relation too. Keep your media contact list updated, and then email your release to journalists, not newsrooms. So this is it's important, because if you send to journalists, then they have the chance to upload it, because you know them personally, right? If in the newsroom, it will have a very low chance to be picked up. Okay, if you know the journalists, they will have a high chance to be picked up. Yeah, send your press release to influence or bloggers. Share your press release on social media. Yeah, this is very important too, because right now, not just the media, but social media is important to grab more attention, to grab more reach. You must track your your press release analytics, what is the numbers, how many is your viewers, how many is your click, such kind of thing must be tracked. And then build win-win relationship with journalists. Of course, if you got to know the journalists, then they will, the chance of your press release getting picked up is higher. Okay, so next. Okay, so how to measure your press release? As I mentioned in the previous slide, so how many views do you got? So how many clicks do you got? So yeah, how many send press via email to? So how many emails does we send the press release to? How many journalists? Something like that. Mention is your press release mentioned by the company or something? And the trend, you can check the trend. So for example, you have 3 press release. Can you check which one is have a good trend? Because you want to make a good press release. In order to make a good press release, for example, you have 5 press release, you must know which version is the best. So you can build on that version for the next press release to make it better, 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 and better. Okay, and last one is the clicks. So you want to know how many media or how many media publish your press release, right? So not just on the distribute, how, so from you distribute, how many publish. That is very important. So yeah, this is such kind of KPI. Okay, so next. So I would like to explain about VRITIMES, how we can help you to achieve the previous slide that we mentioned before. So VRITIMES, we are a media, we are a press release distribution service, but we are also the media. Okay, we as a media, we have more than 100,000 page view each month. Okay, and it keeps growing. Okay, and in terms of journalists, we have more than 2,500 journalists across Southeast Asia. We started in Indonesia, and then we already have in a lot of like 300 in Malaysia, and then others are in Singapore, Philippines, and Thailand, and we will open soon in Vietnam next month. Okay, so VRITIMES is very simple. So if company you have a press release, you can just distribute it through VRITIMES, and we will publish on our media with 100,000 page view per month, and we will also distribute to journalists also. Okay, and then this is the example. This is our media partner. You can check on our website too. We have media partner too in Malaysia. Okay, next, and other Southeast Asia countries. Okay, so as I told you before, so how do you how do you make a good so as I told you previously, we must send the press release to journalists instead of the desk room, because it will get picked up more easily. So in our case, in VRITIMES, this is the journalist dashboard. Okay, every journalist that joins VRITIMES have this dashboard. They can choose what kind of categories they want to receive. Okay, so that is why in VRITIMES, journalists likes VRITIMES because we do not spam. For example, if they are in the, let's say they are in the technology, so they are interested in technology, we will not send them press release relating to sports, or we will not send them relating press release relating to, let's say, that environment. No, we will not send them. We will send them the correct one, so it will not spam their email. So they are very happy to receive our press release. So the point is we deliver the right press release to the right person. Next. Okay, so basically these are when you have register, which is free. So when you have register and then you want to create a press release, so this is our CMS, content management system, basically. So very simple, you can choose the categories as I mentioned. Can you hover to the categories? Yeah. Yeah, hot categories. No. Next slide, please. Hover to the categories. Yeah, no. Previous slide. Previous. Okay, stop. Okay, then you choose your categories, you choose your title, and then remember, as I explained, title must be, the first time title should be, eye-catching, and then I explain also the summary must be the summary must be in 1 or 2 paragraph, and then you can add the thumbnail, you can add the body, and then your company information, and then the media contact. So this will, for when you add all this, for example, the media contact, it will be shown in VRITIMES website and also be delivered to the journalist. So if the stakeholders, as I told you, want to communicate with you directly, they could. Okay, next. Okay, so maybe your next question, and maybe as I showed in the slide previously. So how can we analyze the KPI, or how can we know the numbers? So yeah, VRITIMES provide you with the numbers. Okay, so you can check from your dashboard. So you will be given your dashboard, this one on the top left, the dashboard. So you can check from each of your press release, how is the performance on VRITIMES website, how many clicks, how many views or something. Yeah, this is from the page view. And also you got to know the demographics here. What country saw your press release? What city saw your press release? At what kind of device they use? Mobile or desktop or smart TV or something. Okay, this can be good for your report. Now, next question is that you will wondering, so this dashboard is for VRITIMES website only. So may I know when you deliver to other journalists, so may I know what kind of journalist or something you delivered? So next. Yeah, so basically, when you create your press release, we will send you an email, not this email, other email, but I just want to highlight you that the email will be sent like, oh, we delivered your press release to this kind of journalists, this list of journalists. We will give you a list, maybe 40, 50, 60 media. Inside those media, there are journalists that we will share to them. And also, 4 working days after you make your press release, we will give you this kind of publication report. So so in how many media does your press release have been published? Okay, so yeah, this kind of service we will give you. And lastly, yeah, thank you. And then the last slide is that if you are interested in VRITIMES more, please, you can see on the top right slide, there's a sign up button. So you can sign up over there. And then within one or 2 hour maximum after we verified your account or your credential, we will give you the username and of course the password, it will be auto generated. So you can sign in using that username and password, and you can just create as I mentioned just now. Okay, so and then that is basically the what I'm going to explain. If you guys have any Q&A, please, let's get started now. Thank you.
Okay. What a very fruitful presentation from Mas Ferry. Thank you so much for the thorough explanation. So yeah, after a very detailed presentation, I'm sure some of you already have a question. So for those of you who want to ask, please ask via the comments, or you can raise your hand and turn on your microphone. Yeah, so we can discuss things together, and feel free, just relax and ask your question.
Yeah, there's a couple of questions in the chat box already.
Okay.
So maybe I can read that out. The first question is basically, if we email our press releases to news platform, right, should we publish it in our social media straight away, or wait for press release to appear in the news, then only in our social media? So I think this is what we call the what's the release date, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So if you, thank you very much, Shannon and Arham, for the questions. So if you have news, you can deliver it parallelly, okay, to the news also, and then also on the social platform, because you want to deliver your message straight away without wasting any time. So it's better for you to directly publish on your social media too. And by the way, if you publish on VRITIMES, we will also not just publish on our platform and pass it to the media, but we will also publish on our social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. And for example, the LinkedIn, we will also tag your company during the press release that we write. So you will also get much wider reach for the for your engagement.
Yeah, I think just to add on that, right? So I deal with a
Yeah.
lot of startups and we do a lot of PR, right? So I think one thing to note is really depending on your release date, because sometimes you may have an exclusive. So in the PR world, right, how you build relationship with journalists, right? It's also sometimes giving them a bit of like exclusivity, you know, for the news. So it depending what sort of deals that you're going through, sometimes you may only publish it on your own social media after the release date, right? Whatever that you put on the press release. So there are different strategies to that. And I
Yeah.
think this also leads on to the next question, right? Any tips on how to win-win with journalists, right? What are they seeking usually?
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, yeah, as Shannon mentioned, there's a lot of strategy. So yeah, we can try for each strategy. Okay, so any tip how to win-win with journalists? So basically, journalist is, a personal relationship. Okay, you gotta have, chat with them or meeting with them. Every talk with them. That is basically how you build relationship. But what so this is good question from Hanif. What they seek needs usually on. So basically, they are seeking something that is newsworthy. Okay. So as I mentioned previously, not something that is promotional things, something that have news values. For example, you got some funding, or you have partnership with someone. That is something that they are looking for. In related to that questions, Hanif. So currently, as VRITIMES will help you also with that kind of connection with journalists, because we connected with more than 2,000 journalists. We do we have like media gathering sometimes or something. So yeah, we can do those kinds of personal relationship with journalists if you use VRITIMES. Yeah, yeah. Basically, that's the answer. So yeah, do you have any more questions? Or yeah, yeah. As Shannon mentioned, you can unmute yourself, and you can introduce yourself, and we can have a chat too.
Right. So, okay, maybe, oh, another question just came in, right? So any charges on the press release?
Okay, thank you very much, Yu Chong. So yeah, so so we are in Southeast Asia countries other than Indonesia. We do not charge. It's free. You can use. Okay, but in Indonesia we charge like around 30 Singapore dollar for one press release, or 100 Singapore dollar 1 month unlimited, but only in Indonesia, because we are still free on other Southeast Asia countries. So you can use our service for free. Basically, you got nothing to lose, and you can check whether our service is worthy of your needs or not. Yeah. Thank you very much, Yishong, for the question.
Okay, so do we have any questions? We still have 5 more minutes, so I think just to sort of also add on, right? When it comes to press release, a lot of times we're thinking, right, um, you know, pitching to the story to editors is one thing, right? But I think also leveraging on, real times on a platform like this, right, definitely help, especially if you do not have the connection, and being startup
Exactly.
founders, we are also busy. It's going to be
Yeah.
very hard to build
Yes.
relationship with every media, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that is one thing that I feel like the solution here is really really convenient. I think there's definitely traction there. So
Yes. Yes.
yeah, and I think to add on also, just to chime on, so for now they are currently free, apart from Indonesia, right?
Yeah.
And we
Exactly.
don't know yet, when you guys are charging. So
So okay, Shannon, thank you. So we are thinking to start charging on September. But of course, if we are going to charge, we will inform you. If we will inform all of our stakeholders too, right? We will do press release too. So no need to worry. Yeah. But
okay.
it will be around September.
Okay, so you guys got July until September, maybe take this as like
Exactly.
a try it out period before, they start charging. And I think to also add on another thing, right? For those of you who have not, considered PR as one of your marketing strategy, PR can really help to speak volume because it's more on building that credibility, like what Ferry have sort of added initially, right, in his presentation. And at the same time, it's also getting yourself sort of mentioned by, premier or even top-notch media, especially if you're like a startup, right? You want to be mentioned in Tech in Asia, you want to be mentioned in E27,
Yeah.
Digital News Asia, platforms like this will definitely help you leverage. And yeah, I don't see any questions coming in. So perhaps, Freya, you want to sort of wrap it up a little bit? Like,
Okay. Thank you very much. So okay, so yeah, as our thank you very much for attending. So yeah, and also thank you very much 1337 Ventures for the opportunity to be given this webinar. Yeah, we are very thank you for the guests who are coming to this webinar also. And then yeah, if
okay.
you have any more questions, so yeah, we have an attendance in the chat box, so you can fill up, and then if you want to have a further meeting or want further discussion, you can fill up those the chat box on the G form, and then yeah, we are very glad to help you, to have a meeting or something, yeah. And then yeah, that's my closing statement. So thank you very much, Shannon, for your time. Yeah, back to you. Yeah.
All right, thank you everyone for joining us in this short session. So let us know as well. So I've also let us know if a 30-minute session like this is something that you like, because I know all founders are really busy to join a long webinar. So I think just short and
Yes.
sweet is nice. If you like to know more about our future and upcoming events, you can check out our lead ventures, 1337.ventures /events. So sort of check out our upcoming events. And yeah. Thank you so much, Ferry, for your time, and also Kirana for joining us today and sharing your knowledge on press release, right?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
everyone, for joining, and have a nice day. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.